The stage setup that we did for this tour has been the best since I've been back in KoRn.
It puts us in this world that KoRn fans haven't seen before. It's just something you have to see, and it's experience that you'll take away going, you know, that was an amazing show.
Every night, the crowd's just in awe and they're wild. I know that they feel the heartbeat of KoRn. They feel it from us, we feel it for them.
Seeing 15,000 fans out there every night at this stage of our career, I can't even express the gratitude.
I see just all the way from these seats all the way up to the lawn, just packed with people. Because it goes up, people never end. And I'm just looking out there, and I still can't believe it's still happening.
A lot of fans are showing up. It is a dream come true. I feel like I woke up and I won the lottery or something. It's like, this is too good to be true.
I'm seeing people bring their kids. The guy's holding up the kid to catch the pick, you know? I love that.
The production on this tour is something we've never done before. It's just really interactive, like stuff that moves.
They're these giant plexiglass, they look like mirrors, but they can become an LED screen, they become video screens, anything you want them to be.
This is so insane, next level technology.
It took months of developing with our lighting guy, Church, and also our front of house guy, Marco.
It started actually with a little drawing in my notebook.
We want people to walk into the experience at a KoRn show and feel like they're submerged in the artwork of the album.
I wanted it to feel new and different.
There's 4 pods over the top of us with video screens and all kinds of lights, and there's these big cubes behind us that move in and out. And everything's moving and morphing at the same time, so it gives you this really cool effect.
3 people on lighting, 4 people on video, and we have 32 hands to build all this in 6 hours to get it running, test it, and get ready for a show. This is a very, very strong look to support the band on stage with their amazing performance they do every night.
When we perform the song, You'll Never Find Me, it's like a breath of fresh air because it represents a new era for the band.
The lyrics just get me, man. He was such in grief.
There's that little breakdown before the chorus where he's whispery. When I first heard that, look at all the hair on my arms stood up. We got what's called a watch. Ross Robinson coined that phrase.
Watch it all fall down. You'll never find me.
When he said, "I'm lost, you'll never find me," it reminded me of All My Life, Who Am I? On that song, Faggot. I felt that same thing, like, ooh.
It's nuts, but it's very emotional. I always break down at the end. Sometimes I can't deal. I gotta just take a minute because shit still hurts. It really does. I just went through a lot.
We're starting to embrace the 25 years we've been around, and there's kind of like a sense of accomplishment when we play that song.
My whole career's been about me being real, and sometimes I hate playing that fucking song. Other times it's just I need to.
This tour is definitely one of my favorites that we've ever done.
2019, Alice in Chains and KoRn.
Touring with Alice in Chains has definitely been on our bucket list.
This is a home run tour.
When that curtain drops and you feel 15,000 people screaming at the same time, knowing that they want to get off just as bad as you want to get off, it's just, there's nothing like it. You feel this power. It's not nerves anymore, it's more of adrenaline.
It was like bands like Alice in Chains, Nine Inch Nails, Sepultura, Rage Against the Machine. They influence us so much.
We all would rock out to and listen to as KoRn was developing and becoming KoRn.
The album Dirt changed the way KoRn writes music. It's just this ominous kind of droning almost guitar playing. They perfected that.
I love their records. It's like just really, really dark stuff musically and vocally. Those harmonies were out of this world.
I think somebody wants to jam with us.
Oh yeah? Monkey! Wow, it's Monkey from KoRn.
Jerry Cantrell's guitar playing is something that is unlike anyone else. The way that he holds out notes, the way that he blends the chromatic scale into the melodic vocals, it's legendary.
We're out here doing amphitheaters every day, you know, anywhere from 12, 15,000 people.
The outdoor amphitheater compared to an arena, it's more of a giant backyard barbecue with 15,000 of your friends.
I think people connect with my voice and the music of the band. I think that we represent something of whatever they're going through growing up or any stuff going on in their lives now. We're that band that they turned on that they felt some kind of relief listening to. So it's a big, powerful, powerful thing.
This whole summer has been like a party. Alice in Chains is doing their thing. Under Oath is out hanging out with us.
We had Horror open up for half of the tour. The Fever 333 open up for half of the tour. And it feels like a cross-generational, cross-genre mishmash of what you would have seen us do in 1998 with different bands, because we always love to pull bands that we love.
That's a motherfucking boyhood dream right there, y'all.
Backstage, this is more like a hangout, you know? It's more like everyone's hanging out in the hallway. We click with everybody on the tour.
And you know what's crazy? This summer has not been as hot. We got a good year with weather.
This is the day, this is the time to break it down. Get out my way, nothing can stay. This is the time to break it down.
The whole concept of the thing around the album was me dealing with my loss. The loss is coming at me. The loss is coming at me. The loss is coming at me.
Me and the rest of the guys in KoRn are so proud of our brother for turning this horrific event that he went through last year around and making beautiful art out of it.
It's amazing to me that he pulled off what he did, considering the tragic events that happened. A lot of people would shut down for quite a long time.
As a brother, I love him so much, and when someone else that you've been through with so much hurts like that, all you want to do is save them. That's how Hedden and I were able to, is to create the best music possible and let him express himself on an album.
And it's kind of just released itself into these songs.
So God can make the truth you hide. Take the pain inside.
I felt that I was enveloped in this darkness, this dark entity. Everywhere I turned, it was there chasing me, and I felt like it's been there my whole life. I wanted to name it something. The Nothing popped in my head. That's from an old 80s movie, The Never-Ending Story. There was the nothing coming to destroy Neverland, this land they're in.
It can mean different things to different people.
It makes me feel like emptiness.
It has this kind of like eeriness to it. What is nothing? What is something? I don't know.
It's that thing that tells you you're not good enough, you'll never be able to do this. It keeps you from climbing those mountains that are totally achievable if you silence it.
It was literally nothing, but it was destroying me from the inside out, and I needed to get these feelings out. I had this purge, I guess, of some sort, making the record.
The loss is coming at me. The loss.
When I think of the album artwork, I think of that man that's hanging with that web of nasty voices entrapping you and keeping you from doing what your true dreams are.
It represented exactly what I was feeling, being contorted in a very uncomfortable position, being suspended. All the craziness of the coiled up cables, it's just like a person with OCD's nightmare. It's just very unsettling. You just want to take the cable and put it together so it's like in a coil or whatever you want to do. At that time, I felt hopeless and suspended and in pain and frazzled, and that image really captured that.
Come for me.
You could feel the heart and soul in this album in a new, fresh, special way, because grieving produces something beautiful. When the healing takes place and you get to share it with people, it like spreads out and touches the ones around us. And those around us are our millions of fans.
Does nothing exist? Like, we speak of nothing, but does that mean it does not exist, or just by talking about it, is it in this world?
Nothing. There's nothing in this world that can stop you from chasing your dream.
Something can be here nor there, and to me that's the nothing.
I'm not doing fine. I'm not doing fine. I'm not doing fine.
The album took quite a long time.
The making of this record was done in different stages. Me and Monkey started.
Brian and I really wanted to develop riffs, songs, live with them.
So we got like 4 songs we worked on, put them on the demo.
Okay, go.
The very first song we wrote together, that song made it on the record. It's a really good one. It's called The Darkness is Revealing.
And the sun goes down, taking my heart. What is this I'm feeling? Is it a new beginning? Am I purging past regrets? Facing the hurt I'm dealing. How does one start healing? The darkness is revealing the bittersweet reality that this is the help I'm needing.
That was one phase of the creativity, and then we got Nick involved.
Took us all over the map, from Bakersfield to LA to Nashville.
We just write, and write some more.
We did it in blocks, and then we were able to sit and live with the songs. It's difficult when you know somebody has gone through something to hand them over music and say, this is what we want you to lay your soul out on. It's not an easy thing what he does. So for us to develop and create those worlds for him to feel safe in is a big challenge.
We were going to the studio, Nick's studio at one time. We were like, what do you want to hear today? What should we go for? He goes, think vulgar display of power. And we're like, yeah.
Those guys are our fucking heroes, you know?
Is this Jonathan? Who has his phone?
There would be no KoRn without Pantera, so.
And that song ended up being Idiosyncrasy. It has a little bit of the chunk. It has a similarity, but it sounds like KoRn.
The word idiosyncrasy is like the characteristic of a person. For me, idiosyncrasy is this crazy, dark energy that was going on around me. It was like a character trait, I guess.
Head and I tracked together guitars at the same time.
He's facing me, I'm facing him. And I don't know of any other band that does that.
Reverse break sweeps. You win. I don't see how we didn't do this way before.
It's special, and there's like a special bond between me and Monk.
It's fun. We bust each other's balls. We make each other play better.
Yeah! Thanks, bro.
There's like a unity in the guitar playing that I know people feel.
You chose to walk a thin line, replace the hurt without healing mine. You hold disgust in your heart, you just fuck with me, idiosyncrasy.
This is the first time I've had any chance to take my time. I locked myself in the studio and was like, everyone leave me the fuck alone. Let me do what I gotta do. And I spent a lot of time working on melodies, writing lyrics, and rearranging stuff. I really wanted to do something special, so I set up like 4 different amazing tube vocal mics, doubling and tripling, quadrupling different vocals, and doing harmonies and tripling all those harmonies. So sometimes when you'd walk away, I'd have 20 vocal tracks on a chorus. It's really, really intense and intricate. Hello, everybody. It just took a long time to do, but in the end, the payoff, it made these humongous, sweet vocal beds. And I pulled influences from, like, say, Queen or Electric Light Orchestra. You don't hear that anymore. If I were the king of the forest, not Earl, not Duke, not Prince. When I write lyrics, it's more of like a spiritual experience. It's not me, I'm not there. Something else is writing through me. I'm feeling, I'm channeling it. It's the way it feels. Crawling down the path, I'm helpless, reaching for the light I see. Every time I get too close, the light proceeds ahead of me. Digging deep, I take a step. Standing up, I take a breath. Running towards the light, I feel the fingers wrap around my neck. One of my favorite things in that song is the bridge where I'm talking about God is making fun of me because all this heartache, and it seems like he must be up there laughing his ass off. God, fun, God, fun, God. Why do I end up with all this grief in my life.
It doesn't get worse than losing someone that you really love.
God is making fun of me. He's laughing up there. I can see. God is making fun of me. He's laughing up there. I can see.
Yeah, I had the balls to say it. It's the way I fucking feel.
And the way he performed that bridge, it reminds me of 24 years ago when he was doing a song called Proud. You can feel it from his gut. You can feel it in his soul.
I call it the universe, God, whatever, but it must have a dark ass sense of humor.
That's some crazy shit right there.
I think that's the only song I really dealt with the fact that I lost her, you know. I have some kind of happiness and solace knowing that she's not suffering anymore and she's finally free. The whole record is just this grieving process of all the things I went through, and not necessarily textbook how grieving. First it's like denial and anger and all this. I went through all kinds of different stuff. I went to a really dark place, and I think I brought something back really dark with me that stayed with me ever since I lost her.
Most of the time, there was all 5 of us in the studio throwing around ideas.
We did write Finally Free as a 5-piece, and Jonathan came in, I think he was just jamming on my guitar, and he had this funk bass riff or something in his head.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You get that? Where are you now? I tried to get through to you. Nothing to saving you. How could I feel? This life betrays you, and you will find him free.
It's one of our favorites on the record because it's really unique. And it's got the peaks and valleys just like the classic KoRn songs.
We did that song in LA. It had this really cool, funky vibe in the way I'm singing, and it all just came together. It just felt right. That's just where it needed to go, and that's just the feeling that I need to let out.
We have this special bass that has this low end that is like butter, and it's just like, when it fills the whole room with the low end.
On the back of it, right here, carved in, it says 1, so it's bass number 1.
He has it hidden away, and he brings it out for the records only, and takes it out, and then we record with it, and then boom, back it goes, hidden away.
That's the bass. It's not even really me.
You got a lot of great low end, and the Fieldy really killed it.
And I guess if I ever lose that one, KoRn's gonna have a different sound.
I look at every album as a snapshot of where we are musically, where we are personally.
It takes you on this emotional roller coaster, and you're exhausted in a mental way when you're done listening to it, in a great way.
It brings back what I was feeling, the smells when I did it. I'll never forget, it was cold. I was really getting attacked on a spiritual level by dark things at my house and around me. Also, it feels good that I accomplished and I got through it, and that it's done, and that's timestamp in time. Now it's time to a new chapter in my life. I'm trying to stay more positive and get through life and do my band and raise my sons the best I can and start my new life. I've read online people who've lost a loved one, and they listen to the record and they totally understand.
My brother had mental health issues and he used drugs. 3 years ago now he overdosed and died. And KoRn has helped me with that. Their music has saved me.
You don't know until you've gone through it, and I think those people who've gone through it really get what I'm talking about. I had a double whammy, my mom and then my wife, but when it's your old lady, it's different. That, the mother of your kids, all these things wrapped all in one, it's something very traumatizing. You're not the same after that.
Intimate album release party.
We got together in this movie studio and put together this concert for a handful of fans to kick off the record.
About to kick some ass.
We wanted to create this kind of experience to see what, the Nothing was about. It stimulated you with your eyes and ears.
I'm gonna knock this motherfucker down.
Wire Man, they call it, hanging and being suspended and people contorting, and along with the music, and it was just really special because it was so small. It was just a really cool event.
The song Cold, it's kind of experimental because it's different for KoRn. It's a pretty ballsy move that we put out a song like that 25 years into our career.
It really took people by surprise when they heard it. I had no idea how far John was going to take it vocally, and that to me made the whole thing. No one can sound that clean but yet have a growl and bark like he does.
They call out my name, they dance in my dreams while I scream out in pain. I'm on my way, this is the day.
We wanted to take chances when it came to lightening up the mood.
The chorus is like soars.
Complements each other a lot.
It's just a crazy tune, man. When you're in presence of dark entities, it literally gets cold around you. You get goosebumps, you feel cold, and that's what that was coming from. The grind chords are me speaking like the demons speaking to me. I have a vault. Tons and tons of songs. Can You Hear Me was one of those songs.
I remember John playing me roughs of that quite some time ago. It's a very simple song, it's very short, there's not a lot of parts to it, and there doesn't have to be.
They hate doing simple stuff, but for me, a song is something that needs to be very simple and it's stuck in your head.
Nick Raskulinecz was like, we need to KoRnize this and bring the heavy guitars in and really make it our song.
It's very challenging every time to add to already a great song.
They just nailed it. They did really, really good.
Now it's got the balls and the strength of a KoRn song.
It loves my past. It's always taunting, but somehow out of grasp. Can you hear me? 'Cause I'm lost.
This chorus is a slam dunk. It's got KoRn, it's got a heavy thing, it's got him pouring out his emotion.
I wrote it in 14, not even knowing that it would resonate so hard with me now. It's just a call for help. That's the craft that I love and I try to master, is getting in your head and staying there. It's difficult, but if you're given that gift, it's pretty fucking incredible.
It has no reason, it knows no time.
When we released Got the Life, I have that same feeling where it's like, it's a little different, but also it's gonna reach many people, even probably non-KoRn fans.
2019 was a very hard year for me. It was letting go of the past and embracing the future, kind of. Move on with my life, go out and take my band and go conquer the planet again. And I really enjoyed, we did the Alice in Chains run, and it was overwhelming how many people came out. And sometimes you gotta walk away and you gotta leave that stuff and try and focus on what's ahead of you than what's behind you. Going forward, 2020, I'm looking forward to, we're going to do some great shows. We're going out into January. We're breaking band in the States, and doing Japan, and Europe for the festival runs, and that's going to be amazing. And we're going to come back to the States and do another summer run. The year's fully booked. I'm really excited to go out and spread this record with the fans and do something really special and have fun. I need to play it so it keeps me sane and keeps me happy, and I can't wait to share it with everybody.
never be the same again.